Hello, I'm Moulton, the Stress Master. Thanks for stopping by to hear what I have to say about the stress that is so prevalent in your own workplace and on site. I have to say, I was truly concerned when I read the latest research which shows that employees in the construction industry belong to the third most stressed out sector in the UK. That same research also stated that 82% of employees in building and construction were highly stressed at least some of the time during a typical work week. Now, maybe you're asking the same question as I am. How much longer can this go on? How can construction industry workers put up with a lousy work life, spilling over into a difficult home life, poor relationships, constant physical and mental issues that just won't go away? Who's doing anything about alleviating this soul-destroying, debilitating problem? And if there is anyone trying to tackle it, what exactly are they doing? Well, I have to tell you, I'm not impressed with the way many so-called workplace health experts are approaching the whole issue. But what bothers me most is that everyone seems to be focusing on treating the symptoms of stress rather than the cause. And let's just consider for a moment some of the nonsensical ideas out there that masquerade as ways to get rid of stress. I've met construction workers suffering from elevated levels of stress, perhaps someone just like you, who tell me the kind of advice they've been given is to go for walks, join a gym to work that stress off, have long soaks in the bath, change their diet, and all manner of other really crazy ideas that will never help you sort out your stress. You think I'm kidding about these ridiculous solutions for relieving stress? Let me tell you what I recently read, a very long academic paper on stress specifically about the construction and building industry. And you know, what was recommended as the remedy for stress? Now, I hope you're sitting down because this may shock you as much as it did me. It said, put pot plants in the areas on site where workers eat their lunch to help them enjoy a calm, stress-free atmosphere. Can you believe that? I mean, can you? So imagine, you're working on a building site surrounded by mud and timber, concrete, all kinds of plastic pipes, people, noise everywhere, stressed out of your head because you're the project manager, or maybe you're the site manager, or you're an electrician or plumber, or what have you. And you're behind with the work. People at the top are putting pressure on you to deliver. You're running out of time. Where's it all going to end? Stress, stress, and more stress. And then, all of a sudden, you notice there's some busy Lizzies and a few pots on the office site windowsill. And hey, all of a sudden, you're transformed. Your stress has all disappeared. You have energy, you're full of positive thoughts. You can conquer the world. Excuse me? As John McEnroe used to say, you cannot be serious. Well, I'm going to be serious right now. I'm going to give you an overview about stress and what to do about it. The correct way. In fact, the only way. Because if you really don't know what stress is all about, and most people don't, how can you fix it? So here's the absolute truth about stress. You can't get rid of it. Let me repeat that. You can't get rid of it. That's because stress is not an object or a single item. Stress is a system, one that's wired into you. Without it, you lose a vital part of your entire human functioning. One that was made to protect you. Now, you might be thinking, come on, Chess, are you telling me stress is a good thing? Well, it really depends on what kind of stress we're talking about. Have you ever heard of the phrase fight, flight, freeze? It's a situation where you come up against a potentially dangerous or life-threatening situation, and you have to make a decision whether to stay and deal with whatever's causing the threat, run away from it as fast as you can, or try to stay very still and blend in with your surroundings so your enemy won't see you. Here's the point. If you didn't have your built-in stress system, you'd probably be dead. because you'd be totally ill-equipped to do anything. When you make the choice to run, you need energy. And so your stress system is wired to assemble all the chemicals and brain activities it needs and channel them into one major resource to provide the support you need so you can get out of there fast. Now, I'm sure you've heard of the hormone adrenaline and having an adrenaline rush. Well, that's just a part of what your stress system gives you to help you retreat from danger, sending blood surging through your muscles, getting your heart and breathing apparatus ready for the sprint you're going to make. And if instead of running away, you choose to stay and confront the threat, you not only need adrenaline to keep you on top form, you need other brain chemicals to help you think clearly, rationally, and make the right decisions. But staying and fighting isn't always the wisest thing to do. And an alternative is to freeze or blend in. You know, some animals, when faced with danger, freeze on the spot. Others play dead. And that often saves the day against something bigger and stronger. Again, your amazing stress system is there to provide the relevant support for the type of situation you're facing. Remember, I said dangerous or life-threatening, and that's a major clue to the problems you may be having with chronic stress. I'll come on to that in a moment. But the fact is, you need stress. It's your survival system, a perfectly natural and vital bodily process. What then is the problem? Why are you, like so many other construction industry workers, constantly stressed out? What's gone wrong? Is your stress system malfunctioning? Are you mentally ill? And most importantly, what do you do to put it right? Well, let me first explain what stress is not. Stress is not a medical condition. Now, while it's true that high stress levels that aren't addressed correctly can lead to total burnout, most silly approaches to dealing with stress focus, like I said, on how to treat the burnout. Our stress system doesn't malfunction. It just does what it's meant to do. And nothing makes it a medical issue. Now, sometimes stress is defined as some kind of mental issue, but that's wrong too. We're not born with built-in predetermined permanent levels of stress, so intense that they make our lives miserable. Our stress system is only meant to kick in when we're faced with danger, then return to rest, right? What's mental about that? But here's a vital piece of information that seems to get ignored most of the time. Remember, I explained that as soon as the life-threatening fight, flight, and freeze situation is passed, your stress system goes back into a totally balanced state. All the hormones and stuff that it drew from other parts of your body to support your potentially life-threatening situation start operating normally once more. Your whole body returns to a state of calm, and you are no longer stressed. So here comes the absolute fact, the 100% truth about the stress you think you're having to deal with in your life. The problem is not with stress. It's a perfect system, a life-saving system, an amazing system. What then is the real problem? It's this. If you let your thinking take control of how you respond to life events, then everything, whether it's a lack of skilled workers on site causing problems, poor communication leading to mistakes in a complex piece of work, being away from home for excessive periods of time, being let down on important deliveries, or simply having to halt some time-sensitive work because of the weather, when these seem to demand a fight-flight response. Now, the only way to get your stress under control is to manage it. That's right. It's about managing your stress, not trying to eliminate what cannot be eliminated. Look, who's putting ideas in your head that everything is a life or death matter? Who says that not meeting a deadline, ordering the wrong timber, or having problems with a contractor is on par with For example, coming face to face with a huge hungry lion that sees you as lunch. It's you. It's your own thought processes that you've allowed to get out of control. And the more negative scenarios you build in your thoughts as to what the potential outcome of your situation will be, the more likely your stress system will be kicked into a constant state of fight, flight, and freeze. Once that happens, those chemicals and processes which were gathered specifically to help you in that dangerous or life-threatening situation won't get back in balance. And so your body won't return to normal. It will be in a constant state of stress. That, of course, leads to all kinds of physical and mental health issues, some very serious. Now, perhaps you're suffering from some of them right now. But here's the good news. When you manage your stress properly, this constant, every part of my life is stressful thought process goes away and things do get back to normal. In my workshops and seminars, I show you how to manage your stress using strategies that give you the greatest control of your thoughts and your life in the shortest possible time. I leave no stone unturned, and I don't only tell you what to do, I show you how to do it. Now let me say now, it doesn't involve diet, exercise, drinking herbal teas, or admiring pot plants of any kind. In my upcoming events, I'll share with you tried and tested ways of dealing with work and people without raising your stress levels, whether that's fellow employees, colleagues, friends, or family. But even more importantly, I'm going to show you how to manage yourself. I'll cover goal setting and implementation, as well as a problem-solving technique guaranteed to change your life and your approach to almost everything. I'll also share with you 2 absolutely guaranteed methods of how to get a full night's sleep, something you need, but when stricken with chronic stress, one of the first things you suffer from. Once you've learned how to get control of your stress and manage it, I believe it will have an enormous impact on your life. More confidence, increased clarity and creativity. A whole new world of possibilities will open up to you. With that kind of opportunity awaiting you, why let mismanagement of stress hold you back? We all have stress in our lives. We couldn't and shouldn't live without it. Our task is simply to manage it well and get it under control. And I'm here to help you do that successfully. So forget the silly ideas about getting rid of stress, which will certainly set you up to fail. Instead, invest in learning how to control your stress so it comes to your aid as the life-saving system when you really need it. And is your restful, serene friend when it's not. I've got more information about managing stress in my free downloadable ebook, which is yours by just signing up. And when you do, I'll also notify you of workshops and events I'm conducting on how to control your stress, plus any other information I think that I might send you from time to time that will help you on the road to less stress and more success. Do you want to bring your own levels of stress down to a comfortable state? Would you like to turn up on site looking forward to the day rather than dreading it? You can with my help. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. Here's to mastering your stress. I'm Moulton, the Stress Master.